Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith. This is something I call automated karaoke subtitles. You may or may not know that Adobe recently turned on automatic transcriptions in Premiere Pro so you can send things out to convert speech to text. So hey, why not convert a singing voice into text? It'll work some of the time. I'm going to show you three methods. I'll show you an automated way where you can just type that in and that works fine. But also show you how you can send the song, and it works in the example that I've used because I just get so concerned about getting shut down with copyright. This is a song I'm working on, so I own it. The verses transcribe perfectly, but when you get to the chorus, there's distorted guitars and harmonies, and it loses it. You can fix it. You can update what it doesn't get, but I'll also show you a third method where you just speak the words, and this works perfectly. Okay, so the first thing to do is just to set this up and create some manual subtitles. I'm starting with a project. The only thing in it, I have the song itself, and then this example of the spoken lyrics, which is our third method. So I'll create a new sequence, and I'll create HD. You can create 4K, doesn't matter. I'm also going to reduce the tracks. I want to have a minimal amount of tracks, so I'm just going to remove what I don't need. So one video track, two audio tracks, and click OK. I'll drag the song in, and I'll go to my captions workspace up at the top. And I'll create a caption track. I'll leave it as subtitles, no style. You can work with styles, and the great thing with subtitle styles is they're an actual file that sits in the project bin, so you can reuse that in other projects. So if you do come up with a style you like, very easy to reuse. I'll show you that. So right now we have a subtitle track with no subtitles. So let's find where the first words are in the song. Put down the phone. So right there, I'll go to the captions. The captions are blank. I don't have anything, so I can add a new caption and type. Put down the phone. Put down the phone. You're not alone. Okay, the next one. You're not alone. I think you get it. So, put down the phone. You're not alone. And the good thing about these is they're separate segments, so you can move the timing. You're not alone. You can extend them, but that's going to take too long to do it that way. So, let's get rid of that track. I'm just going to right click and delete that track. And instead, I'm going to the song, the end of this song is, I'm going to cut that off. So right there, I'm going to cut that off. At the end, there's a bunch of ad-libs. There's a choir that comes in. There's a whole bunch of cacophony that happens. So let's just transcribe this one. So back in the transcript or in the captions, they both have the same button, transcribe sequence. And you can choose the mix track or the specific audio track that I'm using. You can pick the language, and I'll transcribe. So it renders the audio out of that sequence. It sends it to the Adobe servers, and it starts to transcribe it. So I picked a song where you can really hear the words of what I'm saying at the beginning. But like I said, by the time you get to the chorus, it's too much and it fails miserably. It's also not going to take into account the proper way to present karaoke lyrics. So it'll be a paragraph instead of a phrase or a line. But the great thing is we can chop that up. And I think it's best to chop it up before it becomes a caption. Once we have this transcript, it's so easy to start chopping it up. So let's go back to the beginning here. You can see it got it right.
Put down the phone. You're not alone.
And if we segment this by clicking on the next line and clicking here, split segment. Oh, and it didn't get it this time. Last time it got this word correctly. So now it's segmented.
You're not alone. Closing your eyes is not a disguise.
So you can see it didn't get disguise in there. So let's just say that it did get it all right, and we create captions. The default are these subtitle captions. You can tell it whether you want double lines or single lines. In the next example, I'm going to show you how to create that white text to blue text, and it won't work with double lines. So just keep it at single. It creates the captions, and there they are.
Put down the phone. You're not alone.
Okay, so let's find the chorus here.
You're in control. Here in the real room.
Okay, that didn't get it right.
We all want to be with you. So stand up, stand close.
So you hear there's a big chorus, lots of guitars, and it fails. So you can use this to get halfway there and then fix it. But I think it's better to speak the words. You don't have to sing the song. All you have to do is speak the words along with the song. So let's try that example. I'm going to throw this whole sequence away. And let's create another sequence. Same thing as before. I'll go to tracks. Turn this to one track. Okay. I'm going to call this lyrics. I'll drag in the song. And this is what I recorded. So I want to show you that in your settings for your sequence, so in the File menu, Project Settings, Scratch Disks, there's a captured audio. And if you choose the same as project, then you'll know where this is. You can use a recorded voiceover right inside Premiere Pro. You can use the laptop on your, the microphone on your laptop, or if you have a desktop or a webcam, use that to record the audio because you're just using it for transcription. Make it clear, speak the words clearly, and the most important thing is the timing. Yes, the lyrics for all songs are out there on the internet and you can just copy and paste them, but they have no timing. This is not just about getting the words in there. This is timing the words. So here's what I did. Let's zoom in.
Down the phone.
So put down the phone. I'm just going to move this over to here. Put down the phone. You're not alone. Closing your eyes is not a disguise. So I'm just timing the words. I'm speaking as clearly as possible. And you can use this button here to record the voiceover. If you right-click beside it, you can choose voiceover record settings and test it. You see how it's testing? And it's using the input from the microphone. And turn off pre-roll, turn off post-roll, turn off the countdown, turn off all of that, and then name this. I named mine Spoken Lyrics. And it will record this and place it in that folder. If you're not getting your microphone, then you need to go to the Edit menu on Windows, the Premiere Pro menu on the Mac, Preferences, Audio Hardware, and change this audio hardware to what is the input that you're using. Okay, so once you have that recorded, now we're going to transcribe that. So transcribe sequence again. This time I'm going to pick audio 2, which is the track down here, and transcribe that. Again, it goes through the same process, uploading, sending to the server, and you're going to see a completely different result, much more accurate and better timing. So the average song is about 3.5 minutes. I think it's much easier just to speak the words because you're done in 3.5 minutes or 2 minutes or 5 minutes. And the timing is now perfect because you're speaking the words. This is way easier than just typing them in and a lot more accurate than trying to transcribe the song automatically. I'm going to speed this up so we don't have to wait for it. All right, here we go. Put down the phone. Okay, so I'm going to chop that. You're not alone. Chop that. Closing your eyes. And this is incorrect. Is not a disguise. It's not a disguise. If I can see you. Oops. I join those. If I can see you. Let me go back and put that back. There we go. If I can see you, then I will believe you. New verse. There are keyboard shortcuts for each one of these segments in the keyboard shortcuts that they're not configured right now, but you could do that. You're in control. It got this right. When you banish the trolls. So here's the part, the chorus that it didn't get before. So stand up, stand close. Okay, I'm going to segment it there. Okay, so now the transcript is done. I'm going to create captions now. Again, just like before, I'm going to put this on single, leave everything else, and let it make those captions.
Put down the phone. You're not alone.
Okay, so the lyrics are small at the bottom, the way that regular video subtitles and closed captions work. But let's say that we want those in the middle. And by the way, if you're happy with this, you're done. Export the song, you're done. But if you want those big words in the middle, then let's change it and create a style. So I'll zoom in. And again, I'm in my captions workflow, which turns on the essential graphics on the right. So I'll select the first one and change it to a different font. So I'm going to use Condensed Acumen Medium. I'm going to make the font larger, and just below this, the Align and Transform, the second button is the position. If I go to the next one, it's the old one. So you don't have to change every single one. You just have to save a style. Once you save a style, a caption will now behave exactly the same way. You can override that if you want, but if you just want everything the same, then we'll do that. I'll just bring this down a little bit. Okay. And by the way, I guess I could have just clicked in here because you can use this to position that. So let's do that. Position that there. And track style is none. So click and create a track style. And I'll call this lyrics. And you see it show up over here. So this is a closed caption subtitle style. Now when I go to the next one, they're all
a disguise.
Now let's go back to the chorus.
We all wanna be with you. So stand up, stand close, hold me. Together we can stand up.
Okay, so if you're happy with that, you're done. Export it out. It's done, and it's really accurate because again, you spoke the words and the timing is there. And I could delete that track at the bottom here. We don't need that track anymore. We just have the song with the subtitles in. Okay, but now we want to use this in another track, and there's a little gotcha here, which is totally expected. When Adobe created these subtitles and captions, they created it so it's always at the top, and that's a smart idea because you want things at the top. But I want to create this blue effect, which is an adjustment layer over top. You can't have a layer over top of the captions. But if you nest this sequence into another sequence, this caption sequence, the subtitle sequence, is just a video, and it can live anywhere in any track. So let's do that. I've got a sequence called lyrics. I'm going to drag that down to make a new sequence. And the second one, I'll call this animated lyrics. And if you look at it, you can see it's just one track. So I can drag this up. I can put another video underneath the subtitles, but all the titles are there. So let's zoom in, and the yellow that you're seeing it's when Premiere Pro thinks you can play this back in real time. It's yellow. It doesn't mean you have to render it, but it's also a good way to see the segments of where the captions are, because once you have a nest, you can't see where those captions are or the subtitles are from the other track. But with the yellow lines, I can. So I tried a dozen different ways on how to animate the white to blue, and I've come up with the easiest method that you can use. So let's look at the words. So here they are.
Put down the phone.
Okay. So we'll create an adjustment layer. Click on the little new item, an adjustment layer. It makes it what the track is, which is HD. Drag that onto a track above, and you can trim it. Go to the effects and pick tint. And select the adjustment layer, double click on the tint, and then go to your effects controls. And you can see the tint shows up for that. So click on the white, which is what the type is, and pick another color. It could be any color. I'm going to pick the standard blue. So the whole thing changes blue and everything below it. So remember I said you could put a video underneath this or a background? If you do, it will also be blue. So I'll show you how to get around that by nesting this sequence in another sequence. But let's just take care of making the blue go from one side to the other. And this is so easy. Let's have a look.
Put down the...
Okay, so we want this to be white. So in the effects controls, twirl down motion and change the position. So if I click on motion, you can see where that adjustment layer is. So you basically just move that adjustment layer here and add a position keyframe.
Put down the phone.
So let's move it over, and it automatically creates a second keyframe. So here it is now.
Put down the phone.
Excellent. And here's the best part. On the Mac, hold down Option. On Windows, hold down Alt and drag it over here. Oh, that's so much easier because you only have to create one and then tweak it. So let's look at the next one.
You're not alone.
I didn't have to do anything. Let's do another one.
Closing your eye
And another one.
is not a
Oh, let's maybe make that a bit earlier. And at this point, I'm going to turn the snap off so I can move this a little bit freer.
is not a disguise.
Okay, so we're getting the blue and the white, and we're getting the words. But if you're reading karaoke lyrics, you want to see them before the words actually happen. So what I should have done is I'll go back to my subtitles here, is we probably want to have these appear on the screen earlier.
Put down the phone.
Okay, so if we want to select everything in a track, you could just drag this whole track here, like that, or you could hit the A key and select. And by the way, a good thing to do is to protect the audio track. So let's say that's a good spot. So I'm using the track select forward.
Put down the
Maybe that's a bit too soon.
put down the phone. You're not alone.
Okay, let's go back to our animated lyrics. I'll grab my selection tool, zoom in again.
Put down the phone. You're not alone. Closing your eyes is not a disguise.
So notice I didn't have to move the blue. I didn't, because the timing of the blue is timed to the actual timing of the song. The appearance of the subtitles is now earlier, so I just had to do that globally in the lyrics track. Okay, so now we've got the song playing back, the timing working, the subtitles pop on the screen, and the blue. Well, it's kind of boring, black background type. What if we wanted a video or some kind of still image behind it? Well, we've already got two sequences. We've got the animated lyrics and the lyrics. Drag the animated lyrics into another sequence. And the same thing as before, we just drag this up. Let's just import an image for the background. Drag that over, drag it out. And maybe just change the opacity. And now play that back.
Put down the phone. You're not alone. Closing your eyes is not a disguise.
So there you go. Now you know how to do that very easily. And really, like I said, the best way is to just speak the words and you're guaranteed 100% accuracy or pretty darn close. Drop in an image in the back, drop some blue animation in there. You could also copy and paste. So if you did something like a chorus, which is usually the exact same words and timing over again, then you could copy all those blue animations, do that once for the chorus, copy those adjustment layers and paste them in later, or anything that repeats in the song, and it'd be much faster. I'm amazed at how quickly you can get through this. I've had several versions of trying to do this with different titles, but now with transcription, oh my goodness, you can be done in no time. Hey, if you're new to Video Revealed and you found this informative, take a moment and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. And if you want to support us some more, you can do that on VideoRevealed.com/shop, where you can get a bunch of free stuff. You can support us with donations or buy some tickers. You can become a member with even more free stuff. Till next time, I'm Colin Smith, and it's my job to use Adobe features to help a creative solution that it was never intended to do.